Well, that wasn't pretty, but it was beautiful. And that's we didn't expect a pitcher's duel today, but that's what we ended up. And even though we had a couple times where it looked like we were going to let it slip away, missing a field goal and turning the ball over in the red zone, we found a way, like we've been saying for most of the season, to make that one extra play. And it was Will Heller scoring on a tight end screen, and then defense getting a stop, or actually getting 2 stops at the end of that game. So, a lot of the same things that have come up in our games this year, but we found a way to make that one play that on offense and defense that we rushed for 190 yards, got contributions from a lot of different guys. Felton at the end of the game, Maurice Morris, Javid Best, Drew Stanton, Calvin Johnson, Stephon Logan rushed very well. So we knew we had to do it with a lot of different guys, but that made a big difference, particularly early in the game when we were rushing the ball very well and Aaron Rodgers was still in the game. I mean, our defense played very well, only giving up 3 points, but when Aaron Rodgers was in the game, it was 0. So I was very proud of what they were able to do.
You think your team is becoming, the defense is becoming a team that actually produces based on the pressure it puts on the quarterback, and is known for doing that now? That's actually part of its personality?
Well, that's the way we're built, and that's what we need to do. We knew coming in that we worked real hard to address our defensive line. We've had a couple setbacks. Losing Kyle Vandenbosch was a big setback for us, but we've seen other players step up. Turk McBride, Lawrence Jackson stepped up big today. Cliff Averill has stepped up even though he had to leave this game. But, we've had some guys step in that secondary also. I thought you can't overlook what those guys did. We brought Prince Miller in on what day did Prince make it here? Did he make it here on Wednesday?
Thursday.
We brought Prince Miller off for the Ravens practice squad, and he played dime. He was going to be active and play some special teams. Maybe play dime, maybe play 3-4 snaps in this game. And Brandon McDonald broke his arm, and Prince had to go out there and be our nickel, and he had to go cover Donald Driver and Greg Jennings and all those guys. And I think you can't overlook the contributions that those guys made. Nathan Vasher stepped in and played well. Chris Houston, Mitch, you're 100% right. We'll go as our D-line goes, but the pressure they were able to apply helped out our back end, and I thought those guys made some plays for us.
You see the 4th and 1, obviously did the 4th and 1 play to Jennings and threw the corner route to him. I don't know what you thought when you saw that. You worried at all that might be a touchdown there?
Yeah, I'd worry every play that we might give up a touchdown. But, it was 4th and 1, and obviously you want to take away a short pass, and you want to challenge guys, and you want your corners to play with some confidence and challenge them and make a quarterback make a low percentage completion in that case. And that's a lower percentage when you're trying to throw a deep corner route against tight coverage. You have the potential to give up a big play, but you also have the potential for it to be a long foul ball, and that's what we saw.
Well, on that 4th and 1, Coach, did your heart skip a beat for a second waiting to see a flag like you saw this season?
No, I thought the guys covered him pretty well, and I think the only time my heart skipped is at the end of the game when we threw the air ball and didn't get it quite out of bounds. But the rest of the time, my heart was already racing, so skipping a beat might have been pretty good.
Talking about the touchdown play, what did you guys see? You guys did it against Drew Stanton in the previous game. It didn't work. It was there again, same scenario.
Yeah, it's played. We've run very well the whole year, and we've run it with Brandon Pettigrew. We've run it with Chef. Brandon has made a lot of those plays, and quite honestly, it was a play we had called last year when Brandon Pettigrew tore his ACL. We were trying to go in and score in a very similar situation. Will Heller was in the game, and Will made a play. Java was able to pick up a linebacker and give Drew some time. Drew put it on him, and then we got blocks, and Will just wasn't going down. And he's a 275-pound guy that got that ball in the end zone, and that was the biggest, obviously the biggest play of the game.
You talked about making progress all year, and there will be signs, but does it really mean something to have this tangible proof against a team that was battling for first place in its division, your division?
Well, it doesn't matter who we play. We want to get a win, but I think that the biggest thing is really not who we play; it's how we play. And the things that we do. And like I said, there were some situations that came up that are going to come up in every single game. You're going to miss a field goal. You might turn the ball over in the red zone, but you need to find a way to make another play, and you can't let one bad play turn into two. Our guys played Brazilian today, and that's something that we haven't done the whole season. There's been some fourth quarters that we've let one bad play turn into another, and it seemed like that crucial play and crucial time we haven't made. In this game, we found a way to make it. Drew started off the game. He wasn't real hot. He was having difficulty throwing the ball. It's probably the best corner tandem we play all year. And those guys, can rush. And before I get too far, I don't think we can overlook the job that Corey Hilliard did on Clay Matthews. And Clay Matthews is arguably the best pass rusher in the NFL, and Corey played outstanding. They looked for that matchup. They matched it up against him most of the game, and Corey stepped in and did a great job. That was big in this game. But I can't remember what the beginning question was. But
it's progress.
It's progress. Yeah. Well, progress is winning the game, and that's like I said, we've played a lot of different situations. We've done a lot of different things. Too few times we've managed to make a play. Against the Redskins, we did. We made a play, sacked the quarterback, and scored a touchdown late in the game. We sealed the Rams game with an interception and run back for a touchdown. In this one we got it in a lot of different ways. We got contributions like you could go a long different way. Rushed the ball very well, played good defense, turned the ball over, sacked the quarterback. A lot of different situations came up here.
Did you rotate your runners more than you have other games? It looked like it. Was it situations or?
Well, yeah, there were some situations, some plays designed for particular players. Stephon Logan came in with some of those, and we used him as a decoy on some, and some we gave him the ball. And Stephon has been an outstanding player for us this year. Not only his kick coverage, not only his kick returns, his pump returns, but his contributions on offense. And we went another step in his contribution, just handing him the football. He's not tall, but he's also not small. He's short, but he's strong, and he's played a lot of running back. Played running back in high school, played running back in college, and played running back in the CFL. And that's something that he can do. He gets in behind those guys. He's hard to see, and he's strong. He runs for extra yards.
Coach, why do you think there's so many injuries today? Do you think that speaks to the character of how this game was played?
The NFL's a tough game. You're going to have injuries come up in every single game. Guys playing physical, and it's just something that occurs. It's the whole year. When you get into a game, you start with 45. You don't finish with 45. I thought Danny Crossman, our special teams coach, did an outstanding job of putting guys in, because there were a lot of guys that went down in a lot of different situations.
Along those lines, say something that most of the plays were not made by your star marquee players. It wasn't Calvin. Stafford was not playing. Kyle, all these guys. There were a lot of names that the average fan probably had to look up to see which team they were on, who were making plays today. What does that say?
Well, this guy's got to find a way to contribute. And we talked a little bit about Prince Miller, and he wasn't with us in training camp. He wasn't with us last week, but he stepped up and made a couple of big plays in the game. And I think that. There's been some situations that have come up that would be easy to go south with, to take the wrong turn, and I think the character of this team is that they haven't done that, and they've battled every single week regardless of what the situation is. And we don't get any points, we don't get medals up here for battle, we get medals for winning games, and that's what we're able to do today.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay. Did you have any? Do you want to give them an update on Landon Johnson?
No one's asked yet.
Okay. Yeah, but Landon has movement in all his extremities. He's at the hospital right now. We'll say a prayer for him and hope he can bounce back. But when he left the field, he had feeling and everything, and he's going through a lot of tests and things like that. But I think we'll be guardedly optimistic is probably a good PR way to say it. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.